So the next process is grids. We have to make the grids. So grid is very important here because without grids we can't start any projects. So grids is very important, and it is we have to place the grids of all the projects. So why it is grid? Why it is requirement? So grid is going to show you to show the reference of project orientation. Grids is going to be show you the reference of project orientation and identification. Okay, identification of area. Okay, so grid is very important because it is going to show you the reference of project. Okay, and for identification of area means how much area your project has been going to develop. So that area is going to be shown by using grids. Okay, so each and every project, if you go any project, any drawing, you will find there is a number of grids will be there. Okay, I already shared you a file in WhatsApp as a project. That project you have to do the practice. Okay, that levels and grids you have to do the practice on that. So MEP, mechanical electrical guys also you have to do the practice, and civil people also you have to do the practice, and you just create one file as per that levels and grids what is there in that file. I will show you the practical session of that drawing. I will explain you. So you have to do it. That file everyone has to be download and keep one folder as an input file, and separately you have take a new project file, and that output folder you have to keep your file output with some name of that project. Yeah, your name you just place it. Okay, I want to check it this all. So now here the grids is also we have to work here. So in grids also there is a types of grids. Types of grids. So in grids also there is a three types of grid. One is horizontal grids. Horizontal. Okay. The next one is vertical. Vertical grids. And the third one is multi-segment grids. Okay, multi-segment. So there are three types of grids we are going to utilize in a project. So what is horizontal grid, what is vertical grids, and what is multi-segment grids? So where we have to place the grids in a project, and why it is very much important in a project, because in a project wherever your columns or footings or foundation it will become, in center you can see there will be a grid will be there. Okay, so right now already I told you here the elevation symbols already in Revit you have seen. Okay, here in the center you have placed the base point, project base point, and survey point. Am I right? So this point, this center point only you have to place the grid. So grid will become vertically A, and like that the grids will become. So exactly it will become the center of that project base point and elevation point. So one is A, and from grid to grid again there is a one more grid B, C, D, like that. Number of grids you have to place vertically, and horizontally also you have to place one more grid here, 1, next 2, 3, like that you have to place the grids. Okay, so exactly the grids will becomes center of that project base point. So vertical grids is going to be start from the vertical point of that base point, and gradually it will be go on the right side of your project. So vertically it is going to come right side. Okay, and horizontal grids you can maybe take top, or you can take bottom also. Both side it will become. Okay, so here this is grid bubbles. Here this is grid bubbles. So bubbles will be identified three, not only three, we can identify into two, either alphabetical or numerical. So vertical grids, if you place alphabetical A, B, C, D, E, F, G like that, then horizontal grids you have to put numerical 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. Okay, if you take vertical grids as a 1, 2, 3, 4, then horizontal grids it should be A, B, C, D like that you have to proceed. So alphabetical and numerical it will be come, because depend upon the area of your projects is going to become. So wherever the horizontal grids and vertical grids is intersecting, that point we are going to place the foundation. Here wherever the intersection point will become, this intersection point we are going to place the foundation, and above this foundation we are going to place the columns. Like that it is going to be placed. So before designing the projects, you have to identify the project orientation. Based on the orientation, the difference where the grids has to be placed. What is the distance? Because from grid to grid there will be a distance. The minimum distance is 3500 mm minimum. Because from one foundation to another foundation it should be have 3.5 meter minimum distance should be there. So each and every intersecting of two grids, vertical and horizontal, there will be a foundation will be come, and above that foundation there will be a columns, structure columns, pillars, what we will call it will become. So this grids is identifying from where to where the column is placed, from horizontally and vertically. It is going to be show you the columns origin point where it is has been placed. So that's the reason these grids you have to place. So just now I place only 3 grids, but your project is having big area, maybe up to 20, 30, 50, 60 grids also will become. Vertically also it will become, maybe horizontally, because depend upon the project area size, how much the area is there, that much of area it is going to become. So always you remember this grid is going to be placed in the project. So if you place one grid in one floor plan, it will be reflect all floor plan. It is no need to place all the floors again grids, not required in Revit. So these grids we have to place in site plan or zero level. Wherever the zero level is there, ground level is there, that level only you have to place these grids, vertically and horizontally. That's all. So how many grids are there vertical? You have to check. You have to place vertically one by one. Horizontal also you have to place horizontally one by one. So you have to place the grids. And you just remember, because once you have placed the grid one, that the name of the grid like A, B, C, D like that, whatever the bubbles in between, it is the coming the name. The name it is not going to be repeat, because each and every grid will be having a unique one, only one. It's only unique. It will be never repeat. If you are going to make it repeat, means that it's going here in Revit it is not going to place also that grid. So one grid one time, that's all. It will be never come 2-3 times. Okay, remember. So while preparing the grid, while placing the grid, you have to remember in such a way that it should be only one. Okay, it will be never repeat continuously, because one I have already placed A grid, again I want to place B grid, it will be not come. Okay, so this way the grid we have to place. So this is horizontal and vertical. But come to, because horizontally when we are placing, that is horizontal, because this is horizontal and this is vertical. So whatever the line you are finding, this is grid line, and this grid line will be hidden line, hidden, because always this grid line will be identified with the help of hidden lines only. Dot 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 dot, it will become hidden lines. I just drawn here solid line, but when you will do in Revit projects, it will become hidden lines. Okay, so like that this grid will be identified here. So this is horizontal and vertical. What is multi-segment? Multi-segment means more than 2 points. More than 2 points. 2-point grid, we can say more than 2-point grid. If your building is having L shape, sir, my building is having like that. Okay, so your grid also will become like that. So that time you have to go with like that. Your one grid. Some one more grid. 2 like that. Now horizontally A, B, C like that. Yeah, D. And now then again vertically some A1, A2, yeah, B1, B2 like that it will become. Okay, here also it will become. So wherever the intersection point will be there, there is a column. Wherever the intersection point is there is a column. Column, beam, like that it will become. So here you can see this multi-segment, here 1 point, here 1 point, here 1 point. So it is coming more than 2 points. So that's the reason this type of grid we will call as a multi-segment grid. Means wherever the grid is coming curve, wherever the grid is coming L shape, wherever the grid is coming U shape. So that type of grid we will call as a multi-segment grid. Because more than 2 points. But you can see in horizontal, vertical, only top 1 point, bottom 1 point, enough. Vertically only 1 point, first point, last point, enough, 2 points. So wherever the 2-point grids are coming, that grids we will call as a horizontally or vertically. When we will draw, that we will call horizontal, vertical. But here 3 points are coming, maybe 4 points also will become. Maybe 5 points, because depend upon the building shape. If the building shape is in S shape, so you have to draw the curved line like that. With the grid also you have to draw like that. So that's the reason wherever the irregular shape of building will become, that places we are going to place multi-segment grid. Because depend upon the land, because the land how it is coming we don't know. But as per the land measurement we have to take it, and as per that we have to design the project. You can see, because most of the people will be think that our land should become a square or rectangle like that. Maybe some area may become, but some of the area may be the land place is very congested. Some area it is coming smaller, some area it is coming bigger. So that land also we have to utilize for the design, because we need to do the construction and we have to utilize this whole land. So that time the building shape also may be changed. Maybe it will become L shape, maybe U shape, maybe S shape, maybe curve shape, like that different shapes may become. So that time also we have to provide the grids, and that grids which we are using in that irregular shape of the building, that grid we will call as a multi-segment grid. So you have to draw the grid that time. Clear? So these 3 types of grids we will utilize in a project. So always you remember, after completion of the levels, you have to provide the grids. You have to place the grids. Clear? So the grids placement also I will show you in practical. Then you will get it idea, and we can proceed for the placement of all the project these grids. Okay. So after completion of the grid, there will be a next process. The